Greetings, Upstanders. Dr. O here, and this is a message for high school students who are out there and student leaders in general. It could be middle school as well, but I want to talk about what we need to do to be upstanders and not bystanders in today's climate. And the fact of the matter is, there's so much going on in terms of our political climate of hate in this country. This is not new. But the fact of the matter is, I've always said that I believe that our young people will save us. And it's important that we share some skills that are going to be needed in order to take ourselves to the next level. And this doesn't matter what side of the aisle you find yourself politically, Democrat, Republican, Independent, somewhere in the middle. Doesn't matter who you would be voting for if you are of voting age. Fact of the matter is, somebody needs to step up. Somebody needs to be a leader in a world where there's too many followers. And my hope is that it's going to be you, or my hope is that it is you now, and I can just share some things that are going to help you on that journey. As we go through this administration, as we go through this country, there's going to be Democratic leaders, there's going to be Republican leaders, there's going to be independent politicians, there's going to be people of all backgrounds who are going to make efforts to lead this country. But you are in your space right now as a leader in this school. What do you need to do? Well, one of the things I like to talk about is I'm a big fan of acronyms. Whether I'm speaking at schools across the country, whether I'm speaking at corporations, wherever it is, the mindset, the ideology is the same. And one acronym that I'm very fond of is LEAD, LEAD. And LEAD stands for listen, educate, advocate, and decide. And so these are some steps that you can take in your leadership skill, in your leadership journey in your school right now. And this is the type of leadership not only that your school needs, quite honestly, not only that your community needs, but that the country needs, that the world needs. So the first part of lead, that L, is listen. As leaders in your schools, you need to commit to do more listening than you do talking. Look, you already got the position, you already got nominated, you already went through that whole process, whether it was a big election, a contentious election, whatever it is, you are in your position right now. That means that you have an opportunity to bring people together. You need to spend more time doing more listening than you do talking. You have two ears and one mouth. You have to use them in proportion. When I was student council president in high school, and I was president of other organizations within the school, I made it my business to bring in new voices to the meetings by listening to people who I would see not regularly speaking or not even showing up to the meetings. Most likely, the people who show up to the meetings for your club are going to be the people who already agree with you and are going to support you, ride or die. But you have to be the ones to bring in new voices. Go to new events, go to other places and spaces, and have courageous conversations, like as Glenn Singleton talked about, great author you should read, by the way, who wrote the book Courageous Conversations About Race. Have those conversations and listen to what they have to say. Listen to why they may not be coming to your meetings. Listen to why they feel like you may not be the leader for them in the space that you occupy. And that's going to give you an opportunity to do more of being more of a bridge builder with them. So, who are the people in your school right now whose voices have maybe been silenced or who have never been invited to be part of the conversation? You want to bring more people into your coalition? You have to do more listening than you do talking. Like I said, two ears, one mouth. You got to use them in proportion. Next step is educate. You got to educate yourself on the issues that are going on in society today. Unfortunately, too many times, as you see, I have this book over here, Lies About Black People, and it talks about not just lies about Black people, but lies that have been told about so many different groups, Asian people, Latinos, Jewish, Muslim people, so many different groups. And we have to be mindful of that. We have to be mindful that we have to educate ourselves on the issues of the day so that we can be better informed. Too many of us are going online not looking for information about issues, but looking for affirmation about issues. We look for confirmation bias. The algorithms are going to give us more and more of what we want. If I ask you to log out of your YouTube and all your accounts, and we watch the same video on YouTube, the next video that plays is going to be the same for everybody. But once we log into our accounts, the algorithms are going to give us something that's going to fit our belief system. So you have to do the work to educate yourself, rely on trusted media sources to make sure that you're not just looking to media that represents what you think. You have to diversify what you are actually reading and what you're actually listening to. Don't just get all your news from a comedy show or one news show outlet. As leaders, you got to educate yourself in multiple areas. Next step is advocate. You got to pick something that you're going to fight for. Don't just get into a position because it's going to look good on your college resume or on a resume to any type of other program that you're applying to. Advocate. You have to advocate. Use your voice to speak up for somebody else. Be a voice for the voiceless. Be a voice for the marginalized. Don't just speak up for people who already have their own power, who already have their own influence, who already have their own ability to get their voice out. Again, find other people that you can be advocates for, but that can only happen after you listen and after you educate yourself. And then D, you just got to decide. You got to decide that this is going to be who you are. That you're not just going to be somebody who's going to do stuff because you want to get likes, you want to get clicks, you want to get more social media followers. You're going to be somebody who's going to be committed to being an upstander, not a bystander. That's what I talk about in my book, The Upstander's Guide to an Outstanding Life. Decide that this is who you're going to be. Decide that you're going to be the person across the aisle. Across an aisle in your school might be going to sit at a different table in the cafeteria. Maybe we may be going to different meetings. Decide you're going to be that person. Show people how to lead. We live in a society where everybody's in their silos. Everybody has their own opinions about this and that, and people are not spending time talking to each other. But once people actually start to demonstrate it, it actually starts to be able to happen. And you have the ability to do that. It might be hard, but it's worth it. As a late great Nelson Mandela said, everybody says something is impossible until it's done. And so if you to look at how you listen, how you educate, how you advocate and decide, that's going to help you be a more effective leader going into your school year and continuing even beyond that. Look, we are in a divided country in this world, but we've always been divided in our society. But people have stepped forward. Brave people, the Dr. Kings of the world, have stepped forward to help create change and to help bring people together. And just like when he was assassinated, he was not the most popular man in America. In fact, America hated him. Look where he is now in terms of how he's celebrated. Not by everybody, but by many more people. So yeah, it might be a tough road that you're going to take, but it's worth taking it. I want to close out with a poem that I often share in my speeches. It's called Leadership, and it goes like this. The chosen few are the few who chose to step up to open doors tightly closed. So you call yourself a leader. But what does that mean? Getting green, turning green, madly running your team, sadly killing the dreams of a hopeful teen, madly willing your ideas, not even listening? Does it mean you celebrate on your election day because you can add your new position to your resume? Can you handle criticism when your peers diss you because you don't care about theirs but only your issues? Pastor Tissue makes me sad how some leaders let power get to their head. Constituents, they forget you're just a leader in name if you're just searching for fame. For acclaim, it's a shame why some get in the game. Leadership ain't for the lame, don't take it in vain. Time to rethink your position, understand why you came. You see, a leader, someone who listens first and speaks, someone focused on being the change we seek. A leader understands they represent all people. Don't do that, your leadership will never have a sequel. Do you seek to understand before being understood? Do you take time to visit other neighborhoods? We need real leaders to step up to the plate, to take a swing at racism, other types of hate, to stomp out bullying, help end genocides. Do yourself to help others build ahead with pride. A leader built a team can do it all by yourself, and a leader remembers to practice good health because they know good to others, they feel no good to you. So let me ask you again, is leadership in you? Get out there, y'all. Be a leader, not a follower. Be an upstander, not a bystander. And watch your community change based on the actions that you're taking. And if I can help you in any way, shape, or form, just holla. I'd be happy to come and do that, of course. Or just reach out to me. I'd be happy to have some electronic correspondence with you as well. So we can build this community where everybody can be celebrated and not tolerated. You're worth it. Your colleagues are worth it. Let's make it happen. Peace.